Alan, welcome to the Mortgage Business Expo. How are you finding it this year?
It's brilliant. Our stand, as you know, you've probably walked past it a few times, has been absolutely rammed for 2 days solid. So we've had the opportunity to speak to our broker customers face to face, have a chat about their business, talk about our business. So the objective when you come to these things is to see people and have a proper conversation with them, and we've definitely achieved that objective over the last 2 days.
What do you think has been the biggest change in the mortgage industry over the last few years?
Well, obviously the mortgage industry has changed beyond recognition. It's now about a third of the size that it was at the peak. So the market for the last 3 years has really been right-sizing itself. So the funding went away in a heartbeat, which left too many people, too many lenders in the space. So the last 3 years it's been right-sizing itself, and I believe now it's just gone back to hitting a nice equilibrium. So if you look at next year, the average number of mortgages per mortgage broker actually goes back above the 2007 peak by about 8%, because there are so much fewer brokers about. So even though we're doing less lending, I think 2012 looks nice from a broker point of view, but it's been a tough few years.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, what's helped precise mortgages to weather the storm during the credit crunch in the last few years?
Yeah, I mean, like most lenders, we've had to deal with the shrinking market, and it's presented a lot of challenges. But we've got the same management team in place now that have worked together for years and years. So us working together helps. We know each other, we know how we operate, so that's definitely a plus point. You've got to adapt your strategy. So clearly our business is vastly different from what it was doing in 2007. So back in 2007, all we did was lend money on mortgages. Our business now is much more diversified. So yes, we do mortgages, but we do bridging mortgages, and we do near prime residential mortgages. But we also have another business that does mortgage servicing for other banks and building societies and builders and various different people. It also does analysis work on mortgage books, and we also buy mortgage books and put them on our servicing platform. So we have diversified. A lot of brokers have done the same thing. So I think when you get into a market where your income is threatened, you have to adapt, or you just disappear.
Okay, you're about to embark on your own tour of the UK. Can you tell us what all that's about?
Yes. So the threat that I see facing the broker market, and clearly we need the broker market to do well for our lender to do well. The threat is high street lenders. So high street lenders are doing a particularly good job at getting customers to come into their branch and buy a mortgage. So they've got good pricing, they've got big marketing budgets, so they're doing a good job, and the percentage of mortgages being done by brokers is slipping away quite rapidly. So at the peak, 62% of all mortgages were done by mortgage brokers. Last quarter it was only 47%, and we've recently done a YouGov poll, and it suggests that by summer next year it will be 44%. So I think there's a threat there. So the bus is designed to go around the country, starts in Glasgow on Monday, goes all the way around the country, England, Scotland and Wales, and emblazoned on it is a message about for consumers to see why don't you go and see a broker next time you do your mortgage. And we're inviting brokers onto the bus. We're going to have a chat with them for an hour or so, talking about what's your business plan for next year. Here's a load of sales and marketing tips that we think might be useful for you. I also give them all the YouGov data that we've got. So we've got a very big piece of research. It's split down by area, it's split down by gender, age, all sorts of information in there that we're going to give to brokers, and they will be able to use that information to say, right, I now know a little bit more about my customers. How do I adapt my approach when I'm dealing with those customers? So we're hoping it's going to be good fun as well.
How do you see the role of the mortgage advisor sort of changing over the next few years?
I think it's already fundamentally changed. So brokers nowadays, what they need to do and what they're going to need to do going forward is be much more engaged with their customer bank, because new business is quite difficult to come by, and the banks are also threatening that new business stream. So what I believe they should be doing is identifying their customer base, having regular dialogue with them, maybe using Twitter, Facebook, whatever means necessary, so that the next time that customer thinks, I want a mortgage, or I need to sort my insurance out, or whatever financial need they've got, they ought to think about their broker. At the moment, they invariably think bank. So I think we all need to do a job to try and redress that balance.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.